Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you are completely new to our webinars and you've never been here before, a quick introduction about me. I am Varsha Debas, and I work as a customer education lead at Decisions. So if you're completely new, you already know but you have been regular to the webinars, you already know the drill that you are muted right now. And you cannot be on the screen, so which is good, right? Your camera is turned off. You can relax, chill, literally chill, have a cup of coffee or tea by your side, and just enjoy this webinar. Okay. In today's webinar, we will be strictly focusing on creating minutes of the meeting. So if you are completely new to decisions, you have no idea how to create agendas, how to get started with decisions, please reach out to us in question and answer area, and your dedicated customer support will reach out to you. Okay. But today's webinar will be just about creating the minutes of the meeting. So without wasting any further time, we will get started because I have a lot to show you on all the cool features and we don't want to waste any further time. Okay. So voila, let's get started. I am sure that on my screen right now, you can see my Teams application. To completely let you focus on the screen right now, I'm going to turn off my video because I don't want you to focus on me and I completely want you to focus on the screen. Okay. But of course, if you want me to see my face again, you can just write it in the question and answer area and I might come back. So here goes my video and here comes the screen. I just want to quickly confirm with my team really quickly that we can see the Teams screen right now, right? That says minutes of the meeting and meeting book. Super. Okay, great. Then let's get started. So to create minutes of the meeting in any meeting, first of all, we will need to create an agenda and decisions. So in my case right now, I've already had added decisions to my team application. I've already created agenda for my meeting in here. But like I said before, if you're completely new and you have no clue how to do this, please do not worry. Just reach out to us on our question and answer area and we will reach out to you to help you out because we love connecting with you here. So I will simply click on this view agenda button and get started. So currently we are at the stage of a meeting. We have already created the agenda. Agenda has been sent out to all our invitees. And today we need to create the minutes of the meeting. Now with Decision, creating a minutes of the meeting is simply just a 5-minute task. But today we will go in super detail and we're going to touch point on every single item here. Okay. So this is the cool agenda that I have created. Very simple. It's just a demo agenda. And I'm going to add few items in these agendas that can reflect in my minutes of the meeting. So one, of course, I have agenda summary, I have presenters assigned. I will also upload a file in here just to make sure that I can just show it to you how it's going to look like in your meeting book. Okay, and now I'm going to add some tasks and decisions to this agenda. To create any task in any particular agenda item, simply hover over that agenda item and you will see this plus task icon. If that is the one option to create task, the other option that we give you is that you can click on these 3 dot buttons that you see on the agenda and you can click on new task option here. Absolutely up to you how you feel most comfortable with. We give you both these options. Now, like I said, to create any new task in your agenda, simply click on this task button and the right panel will open up for you in which you can create the task. Task can be created at any stage of your meeting. So while you are in a meeting, maybe then, or you have meeting is completely over and then you're creating the task, absolutely up to you. The system will not stop you from creating the task at any single stage. Okay. So I'll come up in here, very simple. I put the task name here. So maybe I just want to say summit report. Okay, I can write a detailed description about the task, that what this task is all about. If I want to change the agenda item this task is associated with, I can do that as well. But for now, I'm going to just keep it to welcome and introduction. I can put up a signed date here. By default, the date will be 1 week from the time you are assigning the task. But of course, you can change it for your convenience. And of course, you can change the assignee as well. So if you want to assign any other member of your team, you can do that as well. And then you can click on this beautiful green button that's called add. And very simple, 3-4 steps and your task is created. Any task that you create in decision is automatically in sync with your planner. Now, which is really great is because any planner that you are working with, all the tasks are getting integrated there. So you simply hover over the task section in here and you will simply click on this planner button. This is to see if you want to check what's the status of the task, what's happening to all my tasks, or have somebody marked it as completed or not. So you can always go to your planner and you can check them in detail. So you will notice in your planner that for each of the meeting, a new bucket gets created and all your tasks gets added under that bucket. So every single meeting will have a different bucket and all those tasks for that particular meeting will be under same bucket here. You can click on any of the tasks and you can see in detail that's what are their statuses. But any task that you create in decision, planner, like I said, works in integration. So the notification goes out, the attendees can see the task that has been assigned to them and they can work upon those tasks. Just like tasks, you can also create decisions while you are in a meeting. With decisions, we give you two options. One, you can simply just log a decision, or you can have a voting between these decisions as well. Today, we're not going to cover the voting functionality because that's a premium feature, and we might cover in different webinar for it. Today, we're just going to simply finalize a decision. That, for example, let's take a use case that today we connected on a webinar, and you created a decision that when I click on these 3-dot buttons on any of the agenda item, I will see this option called new decision. And I can just simply log a decision. So maybe we created a decision that software proposal, that you love the decision software and you're like, okay, let's just move ahead with this proposal and let's just talk about it more. So maybe this is like a decision that you created. Now, very important note here is that whenever you are creating a decision, to make it flow to your minutes of the meeting, it's very important that you finalize it. Only the final decision goes into your minutes of the meeting, okay? So whenever it is in a final stage, then you can just simply save it. So whenever you're having a discussion, if your decision is in a proposed state, don't forget to finalize the decision that you have taken. Very simple, perfect. So we created a task, we created decisions, we created this beautiful agenda. There is one more item that's available called My Notes. I know some of you have been there in the previous webinar and already know how this works. Just a quick question that there's a question that has been asked that if I don't see a proposal or final button, don't worry about it. Then any decision that you're logging is already in the final stage. Proposal and final comes in when you have a voting functionality enabled in your system. If you don't have voting functionality, you don't see it. So thank you for that question, Oliver here. Now, moving forward to My Notes. Any of your co-author or a member of the team can create their own personal notes into your meeting. So the benefit of using My Notes is that you can create your personal notes instead of creating your notes in a sticky note or a notepad. But if you are someone who is responsible for creating minutes of the meeting, the benefit of creating My Notes is that automatically the notes that you are creating will get synced with your minutes of the meeting. So that's beautiful. And we're going to learn how that's going to work. So don't worry about it. So as soon as I click on OneNote, the system's going to open OneNote in my system. I'm just going to maximize it so that you can see it easily. Right now, as you can see, the agenda is still syncing with my MyNote here. And automatically in my notes, all the agenda items that I had in my meetings, it's going to appear here. So it's very simple to create your personal notes because every single agenda item is differentiated. So you do not have to worry about it. So maybe in welcome and introduction, I just want to write or know that this is my personal notes. I'm just typing this language so that we will be able to differentiate my personal notes with my minutes of the meeting. Okay. Ika has also asked a question in question and answer area that can we have a default bucket uh, we will definitely reach out to you by the end of the webinar. You still can do that, but we will talk about it later, okay? Okay, so you can keep sending these questions as the time proceeds related to the topic. I will keep answering these questions, so don't worry about it. And if any question gets left out, please don't worry. I will personally reach out to you over an email to answer them. Okay. So talking about my notes right now, whenever you're creating your personal notes in any of the agenda items, all the notes are getting synced back to your decisions automatically. Okay. Another benefit of using my notes is that all your meetings right now, you will notice all your meeting notes are right here at one place. So if you want to go back and check in any of the meeting that, okay, what's going on in that meeting? What were the notes I created? It's very simple. You can just click on any of the previous meetings and you can just simply check the notes that you created. So it's very beautiful that way. And all the things stays at one place. So this is how you can just create your personal notes. Like I said, my notes can be used by anyone, any of your members. But if you're someone responsible for creating minutes of the meeting, this becomes highly beneficial because then you do not have to worry about creating your notes again and again for minutes of the meeting. Okay. And if you are in your decisions right now, we're just going to move the screen from here and just make sure that everything is set. You will notice on decision item that automatically your my notes will be highlighted with one option that says that, okay, my notes has been created. And in each of the agenda items you have created the notes, you will see this highlighted button here that, okay, for this agenda item, a personal note has been created by you, right? So now let's go to the center stage that we are connecting today. Is called minutes of the meeting. The reason I talked about task, decision, and my notes is because these all items can flow into your minutes of the meeting, and we're going to see how right now, okay? But a quick note before I start creating the minutes is that minutes of the meeting can be created by your team owner or the organizer of the meeting, as well as a co-author. So now, if you, for example, let's talk about your director was the organizer of the meeting, but you are responsible for creating minutes of the meeting. Then in that stage, with the organizer, what they can do is that they can click on these three line buttons. They can go to manage co-authors and they can assign you as a co-author. So for example, I come up in here and I search for a name, maybe Rakesh, let's talk about. I see Rakesh Joshi name here and I will make him as a co-author for this meeting. But now if you have someone you want dedicatedly to be responsible for creating minutes of the meeting for you in any meeting that is coming up, you can make a person as permanent co-author as well. Simply click on this setting icon here and you can make him a permanent co-author. Very simple, and simply hit apply. And then the person will have the same rights as you to create the minutes of the meeting for you. Great. Also, while you are following up with me today, in case you are not able to follow the steps, if it's becoming a little faster because we need to cover these features, please do not worry. In our knowledge base, we have these features written in detail. Also, I've attached a handout in the option where you can download this handout, and that has all the links of our knowledge base, which you can quickly follow. Okay. Also, if even after that you're still confused, feel free to reach out to me or to any of your success manager and we will help you out personally here. Now moving to the minutes of the meeting, you will see this gray button that comes with a tile here. You will click on this option called minutes and the system's going to give you three options. You can either create in a Word template, you can create a OneNote, or you can upload a file. Today, right now, I'm just going to create a minutes of the meeting in OneNote Word template first. Okay. So as soon as I select the Word option in here, system's going to give me a file name by default. That's going to consist the date of the meeting and the title of the meeting. And also it's going to say minutes in the end. If you do not want this file name, you can absolutely change it. There is no issue with it. Okay. And then you can click on save and automatically everything that's there in decisions will start following to your Word document. As soon as the Word document gets started opening, we're going to just give it a second while it processes here. And I'm just going to maximize the screen so that you can see it in detail here. So automatically, as soon as this Word template opens up, you will see a meeting decisions document manager is getting open at the right panel. Now, this is very important because this is going to let you have all the options decided, that where you want to have these all options, or what all options do you want to include in your minutes template. So if I want to include my agenda item description. Now, did you remember we talked about my notes? So since I created my personal notes and I'm the same person who's creating minutes of the meeting, system will recognize me and system will remember and ask me this question: hey, do you want to include your notes that you have created previously? If you have not created any my personal notes, this option will be grayed out for you. Okay. Then the other option I get to include is decision. I get another option to include my tasks. And also I can mark anyone as absent as well. So maybe if I say that, okay, hey, maybe Kevin was absent in the meeting, I can mark the absentees. And I click on this blue button merge, which is available at the complete bottom right. So here is my cursor. As you can see, that's called merge button. I'll simply click on this. And then everything data that was there in decision will start following to this document here. If anything is looking slightly overwhelming, please don't worry about it. Once you're going to try it, it's going to come really handy to you. Okay, so it's just a practice. So just create minutes of the meeting once in any of your meeting, any of your test meeting, and you will notice that how easy it is to create these. So now you will notice that this is how my minutes template is prepared. This is the default template which you see right here. You can customize it, like you can add your company logo on top. That is something that comes absolutely free of cost. And we have a knowledge base article for it, that how you can do that. So it's very easy. And if you want, you can go to our knowledge base. If not, I will just share it with you over an email. Also, we can also provide you the premium feature of customizing your minutes. So if you just want something else other than your company logo, you want tabular format, like imagine it like a white canvas, and you want to paint, like you want to say that, okay, hey, we might want a tabular format, we want certain colors, we want our branding guidelines, we can do that for you, but that is a premium feature. But by default, this is how the minutes template is going to look like. You would notice all your agenda items is here, your description is here. This is the personal notes that I created for each agenda item that is appearing right here under the particular agenda item. I will see the decision that we proposed or the finalized one. We also will see the task that we created. So these were the two tasks I created, and I see both the tasks right here under each of the agenda item. Great. Now, there is a question from Camilla that says that does template comes in different languages? Yes, we support different languages as well. So if your decision is in a particular language, you can request the minutes of the meeting to be created for you. We will do that. I know there are a lot more questions as well, but I will try to answer them all. But let's just move forward for now. When I'm creating minutes of the meeting, there might be a scenario where you might want to create tasks and decisions while you are in the minutes, right? Because it might can happen that you're creating the minutes of the meeting and somebody says that, okay, hey, I want to add a certain task again, or I want a certain decision to be added again. So instead of going back to decision for it, you can add a task and decision right here from this document. So I'm just going to go back again. I'm just going to turn off my screen and I'm going to just show it to you. So you will simply see this on meetings document security. That's called task and decisions, right? Simply click on this button called task. You will see this plus icon called plus new task. Okay, very easy. Simply click on this. It's as similar to what you created task in decisions. Simply put up a title. Maybe I just want to say, again, let's just say data report. I know data reports are boring, but that's the first thing that's coming to my mind right now. Like assign, you can just assign it to someone, you can change the due date, you can select the agenda item this will be related to, and then you can simply hit save and your task will be created. Very simple. So once you create a task, automatically everything is syncing back as well. So don't worry about manually syncing anything here. Also, wherever you want to insert these tasks, simply take your cursor and put at the spot where you want to put that task. So maybe, for example, under Discover Objective, I want that task to be allocated here where my cursor is at the moment. I hope you guys can just see it. And then you will see there's an insert button here. I can just simply click on this insert button and the task will be added. So very simple. Similarly, just like task, you can create your decisions as well. Now, whenever you are creating these beautiful minutes of the meeting, it's very simple with decisions to send it for review. Now, it might be a scenario that you want to send it to your director or to your boss to review it once, or to your colleague that to just check one last time, is there anything changes that you want to make to a minutes of the meeting before I send it out to all the members, right? So in that case, super easy. You do not have to save any copy. You do not need to send any separate email. Simply click on this review button and select the person that you want to send it to. And you can even add your comments as well, that you can just say review please, and you can just simply send it. Any person who is receiving your document for review through the email itself, they can make the changes. Like they will see the option of making a comment there. They will see an option that they can even download the file and they can make the comments within this real document that you have. So no worries about making different copies about it, right? Also, you also get an option to finalize the document and just send it from right here. So when you're finalizing, you also get an option of adding an electronic signature. In my case, it is grayed out because electronic signature is another a premium feature that you have. But once you finalize it, you can click on this create PDF button and then very simple, it's done. And once the PDF is created, you're going to get the option of sharing it to your members. I'm going to let it a second while it loads. Perfect. So once you will see that all the participants who has participated in the meeting, their name will appear here. Then you can select the people you want it to be received by. So you can just select the recipient's name. Again, you can write the comments and you can simply hit send. And your minutes will be sent to all the people from right here within this document. Please note, whenever you are sending the minutes out or you have started creating the minutes, automatically this minute tile will have this option that's called PDF created, or if it's in Word format, it's going to show the Word format here. So anytime you want to check back onto the minutes that you have created, it's very easy. Simply click on the meeting that you were working on, come to this tile and click on open and you will be able to see this meeting. If you want to share it again, you can just share it from right here. So very, very easy. Also, you will notice here that automatically when I finalized my minutes of the meeting, my system got logged. This is done for the security reason because we want to make sure that whatever the minutes of the meeting has been sent, after that, nobody is able to edit any of the agenda items. So thus we lock the meeting. But as a team owner, you can always click on these three dot buttons, lines, and you can unlock your meeting agenda if you still want to make changes. Okay. And that's all about creating minutes of the meeting with Word. Pretty simple, but yes, we highly request you to once try it out because if you're not going to try it, you might going to forget. Otherwise, it's very, very simple. I'm just going to show you a quick difference between how the minutes of the meeting looks like in Word and how it's going to look like in your OneNote. So I'm going to just delete the minutes of the meeting we created. Click on this button again. I'm going to select the option of OneNote this time. So there are very slight difference between OneNote and your Word here. So whenever I'm creating the OneNote system is going to ask me where do you want your OneNote file to be saved. If you have any existing channel, you can select that. If you don't have that, you can just simply create a new notebook and then click next. Then the system's going to ask you which section you want to have. If you have a section, good, select that one, or you can create a new one. I have a specific one called minutes, meeting minutes. Now again, like in Word, you had a side panel. In OneNote, it asks you like in the start as well, like what all do you want to include in your OneNote? Do you want your agenda item descriptions? Do you want your OneNotes? Do you want your tasks? Do you want your decisions? And also, of course, you can mark anyone absent as well, and you can simply click on this create button and your OneNote minutes will be created. as easy as it was for Word. It's similarly, but just the look and feel and the functionality is slightly different. So whatever you prefer, you can select that. It's absolutely up to you. So I'm just going to show you and going to let it load here, and I'm going to just maximize the screen so that you can see it easily. Perfect. So this is how minutes of the meeting look like in OneNote. It's going to come up in a tabular format. All the details going to be on top. That's going to time, group, who were absent, who were present. You can see it in detail. What was the topic? Was there any file attached? So if there was any file attached, that will be uploaded in the, like you can see it in your minutes as well. It will show you the presenter name, who was the presenter, what were the minutes created, like the agenda description. If there was any notes, that will appear here. If was any task, it will write here. And if there was any decision, you will see it right here on the tabular format. Now, just like in Word file, you had a side panel to create new task or new decision. In OneNote, you do not have a side panel. So if you want to create any new task while you are in OneNote, you have to use the syntax that you see here. But please do not get confused. If you're like, I'm not sure how to do that, we have a complete knowledge base article about it, which is also available in the handout. You can easily follow this. It's available in detailed manner how to create task and decision. And also we tell you in all different languages as well. So if you're using Norwegian language or German language or French, you can just use these words. These are the synonyms that you can use, and the task will be created. So I'm just going to show you one task that how you can create it. Very simple. Simply click task here, like write task. Then what the task is about, maybe I just want to say data report. Select the person name you want to assign it to and write the date that, okay, I want this task to be completed by maybe 12th of December. Done. It's very simple. And then simply click on this sync task and decisions, and all the new tasks that you have created will be just synced. So this is the one slight difference between OneNote and Word, that in Word, we give you a side panel if you want to create new tasks while you are in minutes. In Word, in OneNote, you just have to create a new task. So as you can see directly, a new task got just created. It tells me that, okay, hey, the due date that you selected was 12/12. This is the person it's assigned to. If you want the same, just simply click on save and the task will be created. Just like minutes, of course, in Word, you can just simply share it and send it for review, and automatically your minute style will have this OneNote option. So pretty easy. That's all I wanted to show you it in detail, that how you can create your minutes of the meeting while you are in decisions by creating Word and OneNote. That's all. But if you want to stay here for longer period, because I know we are already at the time. So if somebody has to leave, please don't worry about it. We will be sharing the recording as well. But if somebody wants to stay for a longer period, I want to show you how you can create meeting book as well. So if you can stay, it will be great. I just want to show you quickly that there is a slight difference between minutes of the meeting and called meeting book. Meeting book is like a compilation of all your agenda items and your attachments at one place. If I talk about use case scenarios, while minutes is just like a one-page document, a summarized version of your meeting, meeting book is moreover a detailed project file. So some people, I have seen it like in board meetings before the meeting start, they just send it like a proposal book that, okay, hey, this is the book, like this is like a proposal book that we want to share with you, and they can just create a meeting book about it. And some people just send it like a project file. So if you're into project management and you're using agenda for it, you can use meeting book to create a project file for yourself. The only difference between meeting book and minutes, like I said, is like it's a more detailed version. So it comes up with like a cover page, a lot of details on the table of contents, but functionality is very similar. Just you have a side panel, you can select all the options. You can also ask that, okay, how the attachments will be included, and you can just simply create it. Just like minutes, it will be similarly created, but the only difference is that this one is more detailed with all cover pages and each of the meeting book agenda item on each pages. So absolutely up to you if you want to use it and how you want to use it. And like I said, that each agenda item just appears in a different page altogether. So please go ahead, try these features out. These are really cool features, and it's going to literally help you save a lot of your time in your life. So I'm just going to simply remove the screen share right now and just talk to you guys that thank you so much for your time that you have spent here. I hope this meeting was helpful and I was able to help you with creating minutes of the meeting and meeting book. Like I said, in case you have any questions or any questions that has been put that I was not able to answer, I will be personally reaching out to you. That's my promise. So don't worry about it. You will get an email from me answering that question. And I love to talk. So in case you want to just book a one-on-one session with me, just write to me and I'll be there. That's all. I'm just going through your questions one more time, but and I think they are in really good detail. So I'll just make the time to reach out to you in detail about it. But there's just one question that says that, okay, hey, uh, where do all the templates get saved, like all the minutes file that I'm creating? So if you want to go back and check your minutes file, you can go to your minutes meeting and you can see the minutes style. You can just check there. Also, all your minutes are getting saved in your SharePoint folder. So if you go to your SharePoint folder, you will see all your minutes that you are creating for the minutes that will be right there. For the rest of the questions, I will reach out, but thank you so much for your time. It was lovely connecting with you all. And like I said, it's a promise. So I will definitely reach out to you. And I hope you love the product the way we love it. And see you very soon, guys. Bye-bye.